And welcome back, everybody. I'm Scott, here at the Bricks. Now let's go through review, and today we have 76274, and it's a mouthful. Batman with the Batmobile versus Harley Quinn and Mr. Freeze. Finally, LEGO has decided to immortalize one of Batman's favorite crime-fighting tools, the Batmobile, from the Batman animated series in LEGO form, released in August of this year, 2024, which makes it right in time of the 85th anniversary of Batman. 435 pieces included with a $59.99 sale price. This set includes a lovely rendition of the Batmobile from the Batman animated series, a plaque, and 3 figures to go with it. And out of these 3 figures, only 2 of these bad boys are going to be exclusive to the set, those being Mr. Freeze and Batman himself, with this Harley Quinn being the same from the Gotham City Cityscape set, which released earlier this year. Jumping in, let's go ahead and look at Harley Quinn. This is the red and black hand-printed animated series version with a wonderful dual color leg with the print of the Harley Quinn ensemble that you have in the show. I love the headpiece here, though I do think it feels kind of wonky on the head. It does have a wonderful accessory here, this wonderful buildable mallet, which I think is awesome, but sadly, if you put it in her arms just a little bit too high like that, there is no balance. Ooh. Can take off the jester hat to have the print on the first face and on the print on the second face. Not really crazy about this figure. I don't think it looks that good. I think Harley Quinn has been done better in different versions, so definitely not my favorite, but the waistline is looking snatch as always, and I do love the nice boob accents there as well. It's an okay figure, but it's my first Harley Quinn, so I'm glad to have it in the collection. The first exclusive figure here is Mr. Freeze, which I think is fantastic, especially since it is the animated series version. Has a nice, wonderful dome piece, transparent for the head, which just kind of simply goes over the printed face, which has no print on the back except for just the headband for the goggles, which I'm okay with that because he doesn't really need it. It would look weird anyway. Wonderful printing on the chest, which is just like the animated series. Really enjoy it. Basic black pants, purple gloves, and he comes with a stud shooter for his freeze ray, which you just shoot just like that. This looks like an anti-diarrhea pill. I love it. And last but not least, it is Batman from the animated series. This one is also exclusive to the set because the one in the other Gotham set has a cloth dark blue cape. This one has a black rubber cape, which is going to be the new standard for most of the Batman figures going forward. This is the first time I've ever seen this cape besides the rubber one you saw at Doctor Strange and earlier Marvel sets. But yeah, this one, I'm just not really crazy about it. I kind of wish it was back to cloth ones. I guess I'm just used to it. But, you know, I'm going to be open-minded about it. We're going to see where it goes. The only con so far is that it kind of is hard to put it into the vehicle itself. But other than that. And when it comes to cons, I just think the scaling for this set is a little wrong. I don't think it's big enough. I think it's too small, too compact. 435 pieces are all here, but with a $60 price tag, that's room for improvement. We can do another 100 pieces, 8 wide like Speed Champions, but it can fit 1 figure. It needs to fit 2. The real Batmobile fits 2 of them. This one does not, which is kind of annoying. Batman just looks kind of big next to it. I wish it had more room. I wish it was a little bit bigger and scale-wise, because that thing's fucking huge. By the way, if you want to see the Batmobile in action, if you really want to see some more details, watch the episode The Mechanic on Batman animated series. It pretty much details the entire background of this car and shows you how it's built, which is fantastic. But it's just in that episode, you just see the scaling of the car, and this just comes off a little bit too wrong. I wish it was a little bit bigger. At least I wish we had a sticker which kind of divides the windshield piece a little bit better. That would make it the scale, you know, probably more doable, because it makes you give the illusion that you have 2 seats, but you know you don't. And the minifigures just kind of dwarf it a little bit. So that's my biggest complaint, honestly. It's just that the scaling is a little bit wrong. I wish it was bigger. And one pet peeve, why do we keep using barrels for cylinder pieces for the turbine? Can we just use something else at this point? Because I know it's a barrel, and it kind of breaks the illusion of it out. It's not really giving me vibes. And these taillights are kind of wonky. They're not the best. They're only fit by 1 stud on there like that, which I don't know why that was decided. And these wings, they're kind of flimsy, easily break off. So there are some complaints to the actual, see, did it right there. There are some complaints to the actual build to itself. But yeah, why do we do that? Why do we still use barrels for those? I don't get that. So it does come in black, not the dark blue, which is kind of strange. But to be honest with you, Batman animated series uses a lot of the blues for the lighting on the black. You can't have too black. It just has to fit well into the dark atmosphere. So you need that blue to kind of lighten things up a little bit. You don't get it here. nowhere else in the suit. You do have one of the new helmet molds this year, which has the white inside and the white on the eyes. I don't personally like this mold either. I kind of have some gripes against it. I kind of like the older ones. And I actually can do a quick mod with this that makes this a little bit better, in my opinion. Other than that, printing on the shirt here with the wonderful dad bod, have the Batman logo from the Batman animated series, have the gold belt, does follow through on the back here, and you have some wonderful printing on the legs, kind of like a dual mold right there, which I really enjoy in the back and front, which makes this a very outstanding figure all around for printing and design, but I just don't really care for the helmet. The helmet actually reminds me of a motorcycle helmet that he wears for the Bat Cycle. All right, and here it is, the Batmobile from the Batman animated series. And honestly, yeah, I fuck with it. I like it. It's good. It's a nice recreation of the Batmobile from the series. It's not perfect, but it's nice. It's just quaint. Now, you might notice here that it's blue. And blue is definitely a color used a lot in the animated series to kind of add a lighting difference to the black. So they went all blue on this one, which is kind of strange. And I'm not really complaining. I welcome it. I like it because it's a nice change up from the repetitive black that you use in almost every other Batman set. So this is a nice dark blue, and I'm okay with it. I'm here for it. I think it looks fantastic. The Art Deco design of the car is really played out well here. You do have a few exposed studs on the side, and you have a lot of flat tile work here as well, which really does bring the sleekness of this design. I love the grille work here, which is a fun part to build. You do have two stickers here for the headlights, which is a nice little battering ram itself. It is very long with a very low profile on the wheels, which is fantastic. I love that profile. You're not really grinding up against the fenders here, but it just plays out very nice. And you do have some awesome bat wings on the back here with the turbo, which does turn with the rolling of the tires. Nice little playability right there. And then you have the cockpit itself, which just opens up such as this. And inside you have more stickers, which goes into the cockpit and the steering wheel, which I really enjoy. You can put one figure in there, which is Batman. Where is he? Oh, he's here. And you just kind of put him right in there. Which surprisingly, with that cape, he fits okay. The only con so far is that it kind of is hard to put it into the vehicle itself, but other than that, you can close the door. Look at that. And of course you have two stud shooters, which for the kids, damn, we didn't get it, but that works out. They both shoot wonderfully. They have plenty of transparent red to shoot out. They give you a shitload of these. And the best part is, for the real fans of this set, which are probably going to be the 30, 40-year-olds that actually will buy this set because they like the animated series, grew up with it, you can take these wonderful stud shooters off, and it comes off too with these pieces, which is kind of annoying to have these big holes in the bottom. They're 1x3s. Put them back in the spot, and look at that. That is a very nice, mature-looking Batmobile. I really enjoy it. I think it looks better without the stud shooters on, but if you're a kid and like them, that's fine. And plus, you don't have any extra pieces that you need floating around to do the changeover with. It's just the same pieces, so you're not fucking around with a lot. Yes, look at that. Isn't that just stunning? It just sets the aesthetic very well. I just love it very much, but it's not perfect. And when it comes to cons, I just think the scaling for this set is a little wrong. I don't think it's big enough. I think it's too small, too compact. 435 pieces are all here, but with a $60 price tag, that's room for improvement. We can do another 100 pieces, 8 wide like Speed Champions, but it can fit one figure. It needs to fit two. The real Batmobile fits two of them. This one does not, which is kind of annoying. Batman just looks kind of big next to it. I wish it had more room. I wish it was a little bit bigger in scale-wise, because that thing's fucking huge. By the way, if you want to see the Batmobile in action, if you really want to see some more details, watch the episode The Mechanic on Batman Animated Series. It pretty much details the entire background of this car and shows you how it's built, which is fantastic. But it's just, in that episode, you just see the scaling of the car, and this just comes off a little bit too wrong. I wish it was a little bit bigger. At least I wish we had a sticker which kind of divides the windshield piece a little bit better. That would make it the scale, you know, probably more doable, because it makes you give the illusion that you have two seats, but you know you don't. And the minifigures just kind of dwarf it a little bit. So that's my biggest complaint, honestly. It's just that the scaling is a little bit wrong. I wish it was bigger. And one pet peeve, why do we keep using barrels for cylinder pieces for the turbine? Can we just use something else at this point? Because I know it's a barrel, and it kind of breaks the illusion of it out. It's not really giving me vibes. And these taillights are kind of wonky. They're not the best. They're only fit by one stud on there like that, which I don't know why that was decided. And these wings, they're kind of flimsy, easily break off. So there are some complaints to the actual, see, did it right there. There are some complaints to the actual build to itself. But yeah, why do we do that? Why do we still use barrels for those? I don't get that. And lastly, you do have a display stand for the car itself. It does have a plaque, which is a sticker piece. Has some nice details about the Batmobile right there, and the wonderful Batman Animated Series logo, which I think is fantastic. You can just stick this in the bottom here as it falls apart, because nothing screams Scott Reviews Bricks like quality entertainment. All right, and it goes right there, which I guess you can probably position it a little bit better so it's not tilting as much. And there we go. That is the Batmobile from the Batman the Animated Series. Wonderful. And to wrap everything up, this is 76274 Batman with the Batmobile versus Harley Quinn and Mr. Freeze. What a fucking mouthful that is. It's a pretty decent set. 60 bucks, a little bit too pricey for me. 435 pieces. Do wish it was a little bit bigger up to scale, but you do get a wonderful representation of the Batmobile from the Batman Animated Series. You get an awesome Harley Quinn figure, which if you couldn't afford the Gotham City set, you do get that one, so it's nice to have that collection. The Mr. Freeze is awesome as always, and Batman itself, with new rubber cape, he is fit to fight crime, and you know, I'm not really crazy about the helmet, but I'm excited to see where this figure can go. I think it's a wonderful addition to anybody's Batman collection, and if you have the extra money to spare or can find this cheaper, please do purchase it. It looks the part for collectors wise. It's just nice to have it finally, and I do not think they're probably going to make this again. I honestly, if this might age poorly, but I think if we were to see this again, it's going to be like an adult series set. It's going to be a larger scale, just like they did with the 66 Batmobile recently. So I kind of see this set going there, or a Technic set maybe, but I don't think you're going to get again in this scale. This is a one-time. So get a chance to buy it. Please go buy it yourself. Buy two if you want. Try to resell it later. This is just a wonderful set all around. Good build. Just wish it was bigger, a little bit more accurate to the show, but that's all I can say about that. I'm Scott. Those were the bricks, and this was the review for the Batmobile from the Batman Animated Series. Let me know what you guys want to watch in the comments. Sorry for the late review post. It's just, you know, I'm getting time, and honestly, I'm running out of sets to build. But please like and subscribe as always, and thank you as always. Please like and subscribe, and as always, thank you for all the support you guys give me. And let's get to it. Let me know what else you want to see. Thanks!